Hey there. Before I get started, let me give you a heads up. There are going to be flaws in this video. There will be times where I stumble over my words and I may even veer off topic a little bit, but I truly believe that if I am encouraging you to embrace your flaws, I must also embrace mine. So I just wanted to let you know that there will be times in the video where, oh, she made a mistake, or I might have to, clarify a topic or something like that. But I want to be authentic because I want to help you be authentic and I want you to see that perfection is not equal to quality, perfection is not equal to self worth. Having said all of that, I would like to welcome you to my channel, Self Care Journeys with Kim Hamilton Mays. I am a partner for perfectionists, people pleasers, and procrastinators. My goal is to help them improve the quality of their physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well being. So much of the lives of the procrastinator, the people pleaser, or the perfectionist, which I refer to as the three P's, so much of their time is wasted on trying to gain approval and acceptance and to feel a sense of worth. And because you're looking for it outside, inside never feels okay. It's almost like you have this brand new car and it's bright and it's shiny and the tires look great and everything looks beautiful on it. But if you go up under the hood, there's no oil in it. The windshield washer fluid container is dry. There's coolant that needs to go into the car. So under the hood is awful, but the outer surface looks great. And that's usually what life is like for those who are striving to be flawless, striving to please everyone, and actually avoiding tasks that may challenge their sense of self worth. For the three P's, self care is usually perceived as a task oriented type of process. You can go and get your hair done. You can hang out with your friends, you read a book, go on vacation. There are things that you can do that make you feel better temporarily, but they don't give you long term satisfaction in regards to who you are as a person. And part of that is because authentic self care is not a to do list of things that make you feel better temporarily. Authentic self care is a lifestyle that you operate every day because you love yourself. Self love is key to strong self care. And oftentimes, what we're doing is masking our true feelings as opposed to embracing them. In this segment, we're going to talk about the perfectionist. I can speak for the perfectionist because I am a perfectionist in recovery. And FYI, that is a lifelong process. If you've spent most of your life trying to do everything either 100% all right or it's 100% all wrong, you're not going to get information that's going to change your life overnight. But the perfectionist has, with the other two, somewhere along the way, come to believe that they're not good enough. The people pleaser, the perfectionist, and the procrastinator have learned that they are not good enough, that they don't make the cut. And it can be for any reason. It can be because you are the wrong skin complexion. And I say that because I really just ran into that the other day. Someone made the comment that I was attractive even though I was darker skinned. And, people think that they're giving you a compliment when they say something like that. But that's an insult. Dark people are beautiful, light people are beautiful, period. Anyway, to get back on point, in our subconscious minds, there is a background message running. Like right now, if you're on your phone or your computer, there are all these apps running in the background that you are not really aware of because right now all you're seeing is me. But in the background, there is something operating your computer system, and our brain works the same way. And when that background app is telling you that you have to do more, that you have to be better, that you have to do this and you have to do that in order to feel worthy or loved or accepted, you spend your time trying to achieve in what is not achievable for the perfectionist. Perfection is not achievable. especially for the perfectionist, because no matter how good it is, the perfectionist will find a way where it could have been better. That is what's happening in the mind of a perfectionist. So, what we're going to do is take a moment to do this little self assessment and see if perhaps you could be a perfectionist. Do you expect to perform flawlessly in every area of your life, like work, personal relationships, and social activities? Do you constantly critique your own performance even when others provide positive feedback? Do you spend hours on minor details assuring that everything meets your standards, even if doing this may delay the completion of the task? Are you reluctant to begin projects that are going to challenge you because you fear that you're not going to meet the expectations of others? Do you feel that something is a failure if it doesn't turn out exactly as you envisioned it, even when everyone else says it was okay? Or if someone says, well, yeah, it was okay, this could have been a little different, but that didn't change the outcome. Does that mean it was a complete failure for you? Do you spend a lot of time over analyzing situations in order to control every possible outcome? Do you often feel a sense of inadequacy, or do you over criticize? Do you engage in negative self talk? Do you measure your success or your capabilities by comparing yourself to other people? Are you reluctant to share or delegate responsibilities because you feel that others will not meet your standards? Do you avoid trying new things because you are afraid of failure? If you answered yes, to at least three of those, it is quite possible that you are a perfectionist. So if you are the person that feels that everything has to be just perfect and or it's all wrong, if you are the person that looks at yourself every day and you focus on your flaws instead of other parts of yourself, and I don't mean just looking in the mirror, I mean looking within yourself. If all you can see are the things that need improvement, perhaps you are a perfectionist, and perhaps that is standing in the way of your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well being. So, what are some of the things that you can do if you believe that you may be a perfectionist? The first thing I would suggest that a perfectionist does is get an accountability partner. You have to have someone in your life who is going to keep you on point when you start trying to practice authentic self care measures. It can be a therapist, it can be a coach, it can be any other professional, someone that values you for exactly who you are. um, be on the lookout for other perfectionists. This is vital because while you are in the habit of critiquing yourself, you are in the habit of sometimes even critiquing others. It is possible for a perfectionist to critique others that they care about because they believe that if there's failure in someone they love, like a parent or a child or a sibling, they will take that as a reflection on imperfection within themselves. They take on everyone else's stuff and make themselves responsible for it. The perfectionist can take all of the critique from the outside, but they take a whole lot more from within. So when you're dealing with other people who seem to be evaluating what you're doing, perhaps they're masking their own insecurities with yours. Practice self compassion. This is key. If you can forgive anybody else for anything at any time, if the person gets in front of you while you're driving and they say, I'm sorry, and you're like, okay, sometimes I do that, and then you beat yourself up when you do it to someone else, check that, take note of it. What makes someone else's flaws more, better than yours or more excusable than yours? Have self compassion. Practice looking at yourself and saying, I love you. And one of the best ways to do that is to focus on all of the things that you've achieved. Think of everything that you've done, all of the things that have gone over well when you thought they were awful, and someone comes up to you and says, that was really good what you said, or that was great what you did, or we had a great time, or this was okay. Embrace that. Because what that is saying is, in spite of what you see as flaws, someone else got what was intended from it. And that is very, very important. Keep a journal of the things that you've done, and keep a journal of the things that people have given you in terms of feedback about those things. And then go within yourself and accept it. Accept compliments, accept positive feedback. You don't have to make an excuse or offset when someone says something to you. Self compassion is key, and that makes you more aware of what is okay about you if you just have to find something that's okay. Set realistic expectations for yourself. You can't do everything perfectly for everybody all the time, every person, every task. That is so unrealistic. You don't do that in your own everyday life when you're by yourself at home. Sometimes I know people who do that, so I had to pause. But when you find yourself trying to do everything perfectly all the time, basically you're burning yourself out, and you are on this rat wheel of just spinning and spinning and spinning, trying to chase what's not there. Perfection is not your goal. Being effective is your goal. Enjoying the journey sometimes is greater than the actual outcome. That's like reading a good book. You're enjoying the book, and as you get closer to the end of the book, you want more. That is what you're striving for. You are striving for, I did okay until I got here, and once I got here, I enjoyed it so much, I want more. Not, whew, it's over and it's done and I'm glad. Sometimes life is going to give you that if you are on the job or if you're in school or whatever. But for what you honestly can control, allow what you do to be enough by setting realistic goals. Celebrate your small wins throughout the day. Every day, get up and say, by the end of this day, I will have accomplished this. It can be something as simple as, I was grateful for everything that happened to me today. And for the things that I may not have been grateful for, if I'm sitting here thinking about it, I've gotten through it. Let go of the need for external validation. The perfectionist works from the outside in and the inside out. You don't see yourself as perfect. You believe others don't see you as perfect. And if you find someone who doesn't see you as perfect, that is where you're going to put all of your energy. Take your energy from what's happening around you so that you can rechannel it from what's coming from within you. Once you understand that this background app that has been running for years is really what's driving this feeling of imperfection, then you can start to address it. And that is why I said earlier to have your therapist, your coach, your accountability partner, because you are now understanding that you are not the problem. The lies you believe about yourself are the problem. Set boundaries. Set boundaries. You cannot always say yes to everything. And when you do say yes, make sure that it is something that you're comfortable pursuing. If it's not comfortable for you, simply say, I really wish that I could help you with that, but I can't. And when that person says, well, you've helped so and so do this, or I've done this for you, the thought becomes, if you do something for someone because you're expecting them to do the same for you, then perhaps you need to rethink that. And what you can do for the person who's expecting it from you is say, I appreciate everything that you've done for me. And I want to be able to, reciprocate, because I want to be able to give as well as take. But I want to give you quality. I want to give my best self. And if I cannot do that with this project or with this request, then I have to decline. Sometimes you're just going to have to learn to be okay with someone not being okay with you. That may not mean that they love you less. It does not mean that they don't accept you, but what it does mean is that you love you more and that you accept you. Please get someone to help you work through this if you're going to need it, because it's not an overnight process and it is not easy. Surround yourself with people who support you in the midst of your flaws. Well, no, this project didn't go as well as you hoped, but that doesn't mean that the project is a reflection on you. Or what did I learn? What did you learn from this so that the next time this doesn't happen? Maybe you did overextend yourself. Maybe the project was bigger than your resources. Whatever the case may be, take the time to look at all of the positives and surround yourself with people who are going to help you do that. Surround yourself with people who can tell you that there is something that needs to be addressed without making you feel that all of you is wrong just because there's something that requires improvement. Maybe you do need an attitude check. Maybe you are getting, apathetic or depressed and things need to be addressed. But you should have people around you who can give you that feedback and still show support and love for you and encourage you to show that support and love for yourself. There is a difference between criticism and support. And as you surround yourself with people who can reciprocate that, you will start to see it. Those are just some of the quick things. Oh, no, I've got to go back to gratitude. You have to express gratitude. Gratitude for the perfectionist is vital because it gives you the opportunity to live in the present. It gives you the opportunity to reflect on everything we've talked about that has been positive in your life, things that you've precipitated, things that you've followed through or, gotten through if there was a rough time. Gratitude allows you to stay in the present. Gratitude reminds you of the things that you do have while you have hope for the things that you want to have. Gratitude gives you the opportunity to say that my C game, when I've just done okay, is somebody else's A game. That's their excellence. So while I am sitting here stressing about this going the way that it has gone, there's someone who didn't even notice that things weren't perfect. Or if they did notice, they looked at how it was handled, not how it just fell apart. Or if it did fall apart, they looked at how I kept myself together while everything was crumbling around me. Mindfulness and gratitude gives you the opportunity to focus on your strengths, to focus on the support around you, to tap into your spiritual being and say, you know what? I am okay. It's all there. You just have to choose to believe it. And that is the key. Be thankful. Have gratitude. When people do things for you, thank them. And when you do things for others, thank you. Because you would not be able to do it without whatever it is that's within you that is saying, you know what, in spite of everything, I am capable. In spite of everything, I have insight. In spite of everything, people are coming to me. And if people are coming to you, that is because you hold value. And if you don't like the way you're sharing that value with them, start with you. How are you sharing your value from within? And that way you'll learn how to share it to the outside world around you. I want to say that I am not a therapist or a professional counselor. I do not intend to diagnose or treat any physical, mental, or other situation. I do encourage for you to go to a healthcare professional. I am a coach. I am a mentor, and I am available to you. But for some of the deeper issues that you may have, you may benefit from a therapist or a counselor. In the meantime, remember that it's great to belong to clubs and it's great to be in social circles and to have people love and appreciate you, but the number one club to be in is the club of self-love, self-care, self-awareness. Until next time, I am Kim Hamilton Mays. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. I would love for other people to find this channel so that all of us can embark on this journey together. Until next time.